Hey everyone, and welcome back. Let's talk commodities because they are on absolute fire. Take a look here at the national average gas price. It is sitting at $3.84. Just yesterday, it was at $3.73. So just overnight, we've increased 10 cents per gallon across the country. And just to put it into historical perspective, the highest recorded average price was $4.11. So we are not that far from overtaking that. And at this rate, I think we'll overtake it in the next couple weeks here if this conflict in Ukraine keeps persisting. And just looking at the visual chart, you can just see how ridiculous this parabolic move has been. And we're basically now at levels that we haven't seen since 2014, 2013. So we've gone back in time in terms of gas prices. And taking a look here, I mean, we're seeing headlines like this. San Francisco becomes first major U.S. city to reach $5 gas. So that means across the entire city, the average gas price has reached $5 per gallon. I wouldn't be surprised if it's higher, though, since this article came out yesterday. So that is what is happening. At this rate, I do expect other cities like New York City, Chicago to also reach $5. I know recently in Chicago, the prices I've seen was around $4.46, maybe $4.50. So not that far behind at all. And this is all happening because the price of oil, crude, Brent, they are all over $100. Now, if you saw my video from a couple weeks ago on energy, I have predicted that oil prices would breach $100 per barrel by the summertime. Obviously, it's not even summer, and we are well over the $100 mark. And Ukraine has sped up that timeline because the Western nations have sanctioned Russian banks, and a lot of oil comes from Russia. So we are seeing the prices go up. Again, I do want to emphasize, though, that even if Russia had not invaded Ukraine, we would have reached these prices because, well, inflation. So that is why we are seeing that prices are going absolutely crazy. But it's not just oil, right? Everything is going up across the board here. I know I had talked about collecting nickels. I had said that the metals that make up nickels, which is nickel, if you couldn't figure that out, and copper, these two metals, they are absolutely essential for everyday life. And especially if we want to electrify the economy and go into a more renewable future, we need nickel and copper. And I started collecting nickels because the price of these metals, I anticipated going much higher. And about a month ago, I made that video. And since then, the price of nickel has increased almost 50% in just 1 month. And copper is at all-time highs right now. So I'm going to be collecting more nickels this weekend, and for the weeks to come, you might want to consider doing so yourself. And also check out that video for more info on that, just to fill yourself in as to why I'm doing this. Now, again, it's not just oil, it's not just metals, it's also food. Now, Ukraine and Russia, they produce a lot of wheat, and because of the conflict, a lot of that supply has been disrupted alongside oil, and as you can see, prices here are also going up parabolically. This is quite a move, and we are basically on pace to overtake the record highs established back in 2008. And it's also important to remember that back then we didn't have as much currency floating around as we do today. So at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if we overtook these highs and went much higher. Also, corn is going parabolic. We're almost breaching the record highs there. Everything's going up, people. And again, this is due to inflation. You can't just print trillions of dollars out of thin air and expect nothing to happen. Is there corporate greed involved? Is there price gouging also involved? Yes, to an extent, but the majority is inflation. So I would say that the Fed will be forced to hike rates in March. Will they do it by 50 basis points? Probably not. I'm thinking 25 at the most, maybe even less than that. But they need to do something here because everything is going out of control right now. If they don't, I mean, hyperinflation is right at our doorstep. And it'll be more of a symbolic gesture because, as I've said before, they're just going to raise the rates and then they're going to retract really quick because the markets won't be able to handle it. If they really wanted to rein in inflation, then they would increase interest rates like right now and by a lot. That would be enough to crash the entire stock market for sure, but they're not willing to do that. So it's going to be a symbolic gesture. They're going to do it. Now, a lot of people are saying that the rate hike's already priced in. I don't think so. This market's pretty pathetic, and just having Fed members talk about raising interest rates, it throws this market into a tantrum like you've never seen. So we'll see what happens here, but again, commodities are the play here. And that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. So if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.